Next image shows you the devastation wrought by the dragon doing a double breath weapon attack on the archers. We've still got a Lich priest in with those archers, but the other Lich priest has moved into the fast cavalry in the forest. Part of the idea behind this is that if he casts Gateway and wipes out an entire unit, I'll still have one Lich left with at least a scroll or so, but he hasn't managed to get Gateway off so far in this game. In the next photo, what happens here is quite critical. I declare a charge against the flank of his knights with my Tomb Guard out of the photo, and they flee directly towards the right-hand side of this picture, and at the same time my chariots are charging his fast cavalry, also featuring his level 2 sorcerer, and his sorcerer flees. The chariots move their full charge distance because they end up in combat with the knights who had just fled from the Tomb Guard. Very unlucky, another subtle mistake there from Ryan, and I managed to pick up 250 points worth of a Chaos Knight unit just from my clever sort of tactical charging here, and secures me some points at least. He will be able to charge those chariots with his Exalted BSB, but I don't really mind. Swapping a unit of 160 points worth of chariots for 250 points worth of knights, definitely a good trade-off for me. Next photo shows you a bit more of what's happened here. The Tomb Scorpions have moved out a bit. The other chariots have moved forward, declaring a charge against something. The Tomb King's unit has moved down a little bit. He's rallied his knights in the far background, I believe, and the unit of skeletons have moved around. The prince has moved to the skeleton unit in order to try and get a magic move off against the dragon. Going to the next photo, and this is critical. In the shooting phase, sorry, I'll go to the magic phase. In the magic phase, the prince wasn't able to get his move off to get the dragon, and he used up all of his scrolls, stopping me to magic moving here. I used up my hieratic jar. He still managed to stop me. So fortunately for him, despite the chariots were the skeletons were raised back again, I couldn't get the final magic move off here. So what you've seen is the end of my movement phase, not managing to get the magic move off, couldn't charge his dragon. However, in the shooting phase, Screamer Skull Catapult landed directly on the dragon's head, rolled for a randomization that hit the rider full on. He failed his 5+ ward save. He had the Armour of Morrslieb, but that only works against non-magical attacks. The Skelepult does magical attacks. Hit his rider, so D6 wounds on the 3-wound Sorcerer Lord, rolled a 2, so he's left with 1 wound left. But in the shooting phase, all of the archers erupt with their bowfire at him, and he fails his ward save and his armor save, and I took the last wound off his lord, so hugely lucky there. Now, when luck factors in, you've got to look at it this way. First of all, I was unlucky to roll a 2 for the number of wounds inflicted on his lord, but on the second hand, I was lucky to actually get him wounded with archers. So it's kind of about bad luck trading for good luck. With accurate aiming here, it wasn't too surprising for me to have done some damage to him seriously with the dragon landing so close. But what really should have happened is that he should have ended up in combat with the Skeleton Warriors, which could have been even worse, losing both the dragon and the Chaos Lord in the long run. So, that's what's actually happened anyway in this particular game. Next photo, what have we got here? It's now the Warriors of Chaos turn. The dragon charges the Screamer Skull Catapult, demolishing it. The Lord model is not detachable on his miniature here, so you've got to assume in this picture that only the dragon has been left alive. He's passed his monster reaction test, but his general is dead, so that's a dragon without a rider. Next photo, he has charged the chariots with his fast cavalry here, and pretty much done several wounds to them on the flank here, holding me in combat. So that's what's happened here. I don't know what's happened with the BSB. I think he's just turned around. Oh yeah, that's right. In the previous turn, he was facing towards where the bottom right of the photo is, but now he's turned around so that he can charge elsewhere. Next image, what's going on is the Tomb King is looking to get a charge off against the enemy chariot. I've got a fast cavalry unit in the middle of the field charging his dire wolves, not his dire wolves, his warhounds, and my chariot's just moving back so that they can't get attacked by his BSB over there. And the Skeleton Warriors have now turned back around now that there's no dragon for them to charge, and all of the liches and the fast cavalry moved into the forest to safety. Next image, he's wiped out my chariots with his BSB, destroying my fast cavalry there with his flank charging marauders and level 2 sorcerer. His dragon has moved yet again within charge range of my skeletons in the background, so he's just using his breath weapon attacks, trying not to get too close, but for some reason the dragon's landing back on the board after wiping out the Screamer Skull Catapult. Not really sure why he keeps doing that. In the next photo, here's what happens. Finally, I get the magic move charge off. A lot easier now that he doesn't have his magic defense there with the Lord. And the skeletons charge into combat. Now, it's a bad tar pit for the dragon. I've got the Banner of Undying Legion, so the skeletons just keep coming back. And as soon as I've got 3 ranks and he runs out of luck with his rolling to hit, then that dragon's going to be going backwards. In the next image, the Tomb King has really just wiped out everybody nearby. He's really scared everybody off. The knights in the background have rallied, and there's no way I'm going to be catching up to them, so that's that. In the next photo, the BSB moving out into the hill there, doesn't want to get in charge range of my Scorpion, so just really backing off generally. And look, the game actually ends with me breaking his dragon in combat, being fled and run down by the skeletons or off the board or whatever happened there. So I actually won this game dramatically by a margin of 13 points to 7 against the odds. I gotta say, this was the highlight of my weekend, beating my main Warhammer nemesis in a final round of a tournament with armies that didn't really favour me, so really happy that it happened. He defeated me in the previous tournament that we played at, which was, I think, he defeated me in FluffyCon earlier in this year, Orcs and Goblins versus Warriors of Chaos, where I was playing Warriors of Chaos. You guys can check back to that battle report. I believe it was round 4 for FluffyCon if you want, but now I've got my revenge. And thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to have a video up soon with the analysis of the tournament overall.